Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is June 5th, 2023. One second. June 5th, Monday. So it's Monday. Alright, so I didn't post yesterday, and I don't think I posted the day before, but that's alright. So I'll try and get a video out today, and then I'll try and get one out tomorrow. I made a post about doing a live reading on my community board. So I'll try and do that live reading maybe um, sometime midweek. So I'll post more about that as well. All right. So I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So yeah. So I'll post about that. So that way, if anybody's interested in tuning into the live reading, you won't miss it. So that's that. All right, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity and all that good stuff, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. All right, don't force it to be your story. Don't try and make something yours that isn't yours. All right, just I don't know. Don't do that. Why would you want something that isn't yours? It's coveting, right? Endures. So the first card we have endures. I feel like this is more for the collective. There's a lot that you guys are able to endure, and this is not something that's noticeable. People can't. It's like hidden strengths. People don't know your hidden strengths, right? So endures. Have patience and wait for development to reach the stage where your desires become attainable. I feel like this is also talking about you being able to have the strength to wait for what's yours. Like if it's not yours, then you won't, then it's not yours. You're not going to try and make something that isn't yours. But if it's yours, you're willing to wait for it patiently, right? You have the strength to do that. It's kind of like all in divine timing, all in good, yeah, all in good faith, divine timing. You know that you have the strength to just, God's telling you to wait, so you're waiting, right? So on the bottom it says, and it's interesting because literally the fourth word there says patience. I literally just said patience. You'll find with patience, you'll endure your journey to find a true love, pure. So some of you, God could be telling you to wait. Your divine union is like right there. It's like right there. You just have to just wait a little bit longer, right? Anyways, you'll find with patience, you'll endure your journey to find a true love pure. Accept the fact that things take time when what you seek is worth the climb. Don't suffer for the things you lack. Be practical and stay on track. Yeah, this divine union is going to happen no matter what, but you just have to have the strength to wait for it, and you're doing that, right? It's because it's like right there. It's right there. But also, the thing is, the reason why people have such trouble waiting, this is obviously like a love reading, by the way, okay? For the collective. One of the reasons why people have so much trouble waiting is because in waiting, what happens is that you start to get inside your head, right? You start to be like, well, what am I, am I not good enough? What happens if this? What happens in that? And then eventually you start into that spiral of negativity, right? However, that's the reason why people tend to, like, instead of just waiting, they just indulge in other things or in other people, or they just start doing a bunch of things that puts them off the track, and I guess in a sense dirties them up for their divine union. It's the waiting. It's like freaks people out. But I feel like this is something you understand. it's like while you're peacefully waiting, you have, it could even be like your darker self like freaking you out, like, oh, I don't deserve this, and then you get yourself psyched out, and then you miss out on this opportunity, right? But you understand, it says, don't suffer for the things you lack, be practical and stay on track. Yeah, you understand that there's no sense of worrying on what you can't control, what you can't see, what you can't, like, what's the point, right? And not only that, but you're realizing worrying, like, if you're in a good place right now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all that good stuff, um, you have no intentions of doing anything that's gonna make you get off track. Like, and not only that, but like you're right there too. Like you're right there for your this divine union to take place. It's pure love, true. I feel like I want to say the word incarnate. It's incarnate love. This is something that's written. All right, so let's see. Don't suffer for the things you lack. Be practical and stay on track. Yeah, you're understanding that there's no sense of worrying. I mean, I'm not trying to say that there's no point in having anxiety and depression, because everyone deals with that. Like, I'm not trying to like downplay worries, anxiety, depression. I'm not trying to say like, oh, that's nothing, right? What I'm saying is that you have an understanding collective of, it's not really going to be beneficial or useful to you to start clouding yourself up with all this negativity, dirtying up your mind, body, heart, soul, when all you have to do is just wait. You just have to wait. That's the problem. Some people, they have so much, they just can't sit still. They can't stop. They always have to go, 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 go. Right? They always have to do something. Why? Because they can't sit still. Why can't they sit still? Because when you sit still, it gets quiet, and then you have to be in your head. However, collective, you can be in your head and like sit still. So this is you. You're enduring things right now. This could even be you're enduring the wait, like you're waiting patiently for a job offer, a job opportunity, the blossoming of a new love, the blossoming of a friendship. Jesus Christ. That's you. And then, of course, there's always somebody who likes to lie. All they do is lie. Somebody likes to lie. Somebody likes to lie. It really has something to do with don't suffer for the things you lack, insecurities. It's like somebody has a lot of, that's like basically been the theme lately, insecurity, right? Somebody wants you to feel the way they do, but it's really more about insecurities, right? So what we have here is somebody who is very insecure, and they cover that up with lies. So there's two stories going on. I don't know why this person feels like that has nothing to do with you. We have a couple, it's not stressing. All right, that's you. You're just patiently waiting, enduring. You know this is going to happen. You're just waiting. Oh. Okay. So we have all they do is lie, and then spiritually blocked. I feel like this person's blocked by their own insecurities, and I don't even think they realize that. Again, the same card on the bottom. They are dancing with the devil. It's the same card on the bottom before I shuffled it again. This person, they're spiritually blocked. Now, add to that their insecurities, and add to that they lie, right? So, right here, learn to say no in your dreams, because you're being spiritually attacked in your dreams. However, the word no is very powerful. But you have to say no with conviction. You can't have like no, right? You can't have any wavering in your voice. You have to like really mean it, right? Like when God says yes, it's yes. When God says no, it's no. So it's basically like that. You have to say no with conviction. All right. Even though that goes for the collective side, I feel like that's kind of like a little side story. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. People can't sit still. When they're being told to wait, they can't sit still, because what happens? it gets quiet, and then they get all up in their head, and then they just start freaking out, blah 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 blah, right? Then we have the letter R, someone's first, last, middle initial, the name of a word or a place. I feel like that's just running. That's running. So this is what's going on. You're patiently waiting, right? And the thing is, the reason why endures goes with strength is because there's strength in being able to just sit and wait patiently and obediently, right? It's like every fiber in your being wants to like go this way, go that way, think about this, think about that, right? But you have to have the strength to like the willpower to be like, no, right? You basically, in some stances, you have to say no to yourself, right? So you're patiently waiting. Whoever this person is who is very insecure, spiritually blocked, and all they do is lie, it's like they're trying to attack you in your dreams. So that way you don't have the strength to just keep waiting anymore. So you don't have the strength to be patient anymore. So you don't have the strength to stay strong. So it's like you get so tired and you just start doing this and start getting off track. And it's just like the weight is just too much for you. However, I don't see that happening. All right. Because you're really not stressing. You're not stressing. One of the beautiful things about being able to just sit and wait while listening to God, patiently and obediently, is the fact that you don't have to stress, right? When you're listening to God, the stress levels are very minimal, right? There's really not much for you to stress because you're listening to God and you're putting everything you have in God, and God knows like what's best for you, and you're not freaking yourself out. You're not like, oh, but God, what if, oh, but God, but what if, right? You're not doing that. That's why you're not stressing. However, this person, it's like they see you being patient and waiting and enduring and having the strength. So they're trying to like throw shit at you, especially in your dreams. They're trying to attack you in your dreams so that way you start, I don't know, it's like doubting yourself or questioning yourself for having feelings of confliction. So then when you start, sorry, my phone just went up. So you start stressing out, you start wavering, you know, when you have to say no, you're just like, well, I don't know, maybe, right? That's what this person's doing. This person, whoever this person is, they're just like running from their own insecurities instead of like facing them, which is kind of stupid. Yes, I'm saying stupid because I feel like this person really could be kind of dumb because they're just like a big mess. They're just like a mess, and then they really think that they can like mess with you, the collective, somebody who's just so like unwavered in their strength. I feel like this person is kind of slow or dumb or just not very smart, or they just I don't know what's going on with this person, but it's like how is it that you, someone who's running from your own insecurities, can feel like you can take someone down who is walking with the strength of God? You see what I'm saying? How does that make sense? So that's why I truly feel like this person isn't that bright. They're not the brightest bulb in the bunch. 555 change, something new is coming. Yeah, a lot of changes are happening for you. I'm telling you, this is like right there. And I've been saying that for a while now, but it's true. So good things can't happen. I mean, depending on who you are, collective, good things can't happen overnight. There's a buildup. It has to have a buildup. Right? There's a buildup. No matter what you do, if you're baking a cake, build up. If you're being intimate, build up. If you're watching a show, build up. If you're baking a turkey, build up. Right? Everything has to have a build up. That's why people be like, oh well, why isn't this happening right now? Because it's the build up. There's a build up that has to happen. For you, collective, you're getting ready to, like, you're right there, right? That cake is about to be done. That moment is about to be there. That turkey's about to come out of the oven. That baby's about to be born. Right? Everything takes time. It all takes time. And I feel like this was part of the test for you, collective. Can you sit still and wait? Instead of trying to fight with time, fight against time, trying to, you know, distract yourself from time. Because that's another thing too. I feel like maybe for a while or back then, or even this person, they're trying to get you to get distracted and by time and trying to, well, this is happening, so I'm just gonna do this over here instead of just sitting down and waiting and not doing anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's like finally you're just sitting down and waiting. Just sit, just wait. Just wait. You don't have to watch TV. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink. You don't have to talk to her. You don't have to talk to him. You don't have to get in this drama. You don't have to gossip. You don't have to, like, it's not like the phrase killing time. Just sit and wait. Sit and wait. Also, when you get involved in a bunch of things that don't even matter, like when it comes to like earthly matters and stuff like that, you start to stress all the drama, all the chaos, all the conflicts, but you're not doing anything. You're just sitting and waiting. And God's like, okay, just sit and wait. You're like, okay, I'll just sit and wait. You're not stressing. Whoever this person is, they haven't woken up, but you know, you're not. Your job isn't to wake people up. Sorry to say. And that's another thing for this person. It's like, why aren't I having spiritually powers yet? Why am I blocked? Why are my insecurities cured? Why am I so? Because this person's too busy running. You gotta sit and wait. Let it, ruminate within you and feel it and hear it and see it and sense it and smell it. They can't do that. They just want to run and do this and do that. And now they're trying to get you to do this and do that, but it's no. A spiritually blocked person is trying to attack a spiritually enlightened person. You see what I'm saying? How does that make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. This person's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. But then they're quick to say, well, it's just not fair. How come? Well, have you taken the proper steps to unblock yourself? Have you done that? Have you been working on your insecurities? Are you still running? Can you sit down and just sit still? No, you can't do that? All right, well, are you going to stop lying? You can't. No? Okay, well, that's probably why. You're not getting a build-up in life because you're not. When you bake a cake, you have to put all the ingredients in, right? And then with with baking is like an exact science. It's not like cooking, all right? With cooking, three people can make the same exact recipe and it'll still taste a little bit different. Why? Because cooking is more relaxed. With baking is an exact science. So if three people have the same exact recipe in front of them, everybody has to follow the same exact recipe. Because everything with baking, it chemically changes, right? So this is essentially you're baking, and this person is just like, well, why isn't my bread rising? Well, did you put in the yeast? Well, no, I just don't feel like it. Okay, well, that's a problem right there. Did you put the salt in for the yeast to rise? Oh, by the way, you have to put in salt in for the yeast because that's what makes the yeast eats the salts, and then that's what makes the bread rise. All right, so that's baking 101. But basically, this person, they just want the cake, but they don't want to bake it. You're baking it. You've been baking this cake for a while. You're baking, and you're about to get to eat that cake. You're about to eat that cake. All right. Oh, 3 of Wands. A lot of waiting. A lot of changes happening. A lot of waiting happening. So you're just sitting there waiting, I feel like you're just like, yeah, you can look at the time, like, oh, okay, whatever. But you see how the rabbit is just like, with his eyes closed, like the rabbit is not even looking at the watch anymore, because it's pointless to look at the time these days, right? It's like, no matter how many times you look at the time, you're still going to have to wait. You're still being told to wait. You're still being told to just kind of just sit down and relax. So it's like you have an understanding of that. That's why you're not even stressing about the time, right? You're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and wait until the change comes. Now, that's not saying that you're not doing nothing, right? People can look at you, oh, you're not doing anything. You're actually doing something. You're listening. You're waiting. And the thing is, the reason, again, I'm going to say this again, the reason why people can't sit still and wait is because of what pops into their mind. Right? It's very, very powerful to sit still by yourself quietly in your mind, right? You can do that, right? You're able to sift through your thoughts, organize things, clear things out, right? Heal. That's why it's so hard for people to just sit down. Like, you ever see somebody who's always on the go, 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 and you're like, damn, you're always doing something. Like, relax. Like, damn, you're always talking. Like, can you not always talk? Like, isn't that exhausting? You're always hanging out. You're always at a party. You're always at a club. You're always at an event. Like, can't you just, like... And it's because people like that, they always have to do something. And I'm not saying, like, it's wrong to, like, go out and party and be social. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's people who are doing it to, like, at a level that's so exhausting where you just, like... Damn, just hearing about it is exhausting. And it's because they always have to, like, be distracted, right? Their mind has to be distracted. And it's very powerful to just sit quietly and listen. Because when you're waiting, you're also listening. You're listening to your thoughts, your emotions, yourself, right? So, essentially, it's kind of like meditating. You're able to meditate and wait for this change. So you're not just sitting there doing nothing. You're meditating, you're healing, you're learning, you're listening, right? So that's what's happening. I have a bit of a cold, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to, like, speed through this, but I'm also trying to be as thorough as I can, as per usual, right? But my nose is a little stuffy. Alright, so that's what's going on. So, essentially, it's like a waiting game. A waiting game. You're able to wait. Also, you've turned your back on this person, or you're going to be turning your back on this person. It's just like, you're too distracting for me. I need to sit here in some quiet and meditate and just focus, right? Meanwhile, people are looking at you like you're not doing anything. You're focusing on your meditation. And people think that meditating is just like sitting froggy style or whatever on a yoga mat going That's not always the case. And people meditate differently, all right? Some people meditate by walking, taking a shower, cooking, baking, watching TV, playing games, coloring. I don't know. People just meditate differently. So it's like when you're doing your meditation, it may look like you're not doing anything, but you're actually meditating, right? Also, be careful with being distracted by sex or more particular lust. All right, lust. So just be careful of that. I feel like somebody is trying to distract you with lust. I picked that up before. I feel like whoever this person is that's trying to distract you with lust. Oh, you know what, too? It's funny because the first card on this deck, that's the sex card. Look, I kid you not. See? This card has been popping up on the top of the decks lately, too. This deck. So, yeah. What was I going to say? You know what? That's not really important. Yeah. Let's see. This person, I feel like I should say this because it's like in my head. It's like ringing. So this person that's trying to distract you with like lust or hints of lust. You know not to be tempted by it. I don't know if you have romantic feelings for this person or if this person has romantic feelings for you. That's still unclear. It's like that clarity, it's fuzzy. So it's kind of like there is romantic feelings, but there also isn't. The lust is stronger than the romantic feelings. But that's the problem. I can't really see whose side it's coming from. Is it your side or their side? There's nothing wrong with that. That's nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed about because that's just like human nature. You can't help who you're attracted to or who you have romantic feelings for. That's not, right? Don't take that the wrong way. That's just something that is, right? That's just something that is. So that was like a side note. So yeah. Anyways, I got a fucking headache. All right. Just because those feelings are there and they're unclear, again, there's nothing to be ashamed about. However, um, you know not to pay attention to the temptations that may come with that. All right, so just stay on track. We have the Hermit. That's funny. Yeah, just stay on track. Just the Hermit. Also, you could be going within yourself, like, why? Where is this coming from? Why am I feeling this way? Who's feeling what? Who's throwing what? Right? That's part of your meditation. Sorry, I have a cold, so um, so you're just really in this Three of Wands Hermit energy right now, just kind of like just patiently waiting, meditating, going within yourself, trying to figure things out, right? Which is the best thing you can do in your situation, because while you're waiting, you don't want to be tempted and get off track, right? So the best thing for you to do would be to just meditate and not pay attention to the time, to just continuously go within yourself. That's really the best thing that you can do. Again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having these feelings. However, it's your responsibility to kind of sort through those feelings and figure out why it is you're feeling this way. If it's you or if it's coming from, something else or someone else, right? But you're doing that with the Three of Wands and the Hermit, so that's good. People think that it's a sin to be tempted. The thing is, it's wrong to act on the temptations. Everyone's tempted, right? And like literally every day. There's nothing wrong with being tempted, right? It's just whether or not you act on that temptation, all right? So you could be tempted all day and night, but if you're within hermit mode, right, it's going to help you continuously not be in this not stressing energy. So I feel like you being in this energy is putting a block to this person. It's like this person, they can't, as much as they want to attack you in your dreams, which is so interesting because I've had two very interesting dreams recently. And it had to do with like a you know what? Anyways, so just be smart with your dreams, all right? Be able to say no. Use your conviction. Wow. Ten of Wands reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Four of Cups. I feel like somebody's emotionally burdened. I feel like that's really this stranger, the karmics, right? Strangers. I feel like they may not be burdened by like material things, but emotionally, I feel like this person's also sexually frustrated too. Like, that's a side note, okay? So the reason why I'm saying that part is only because of the fact that they're trying to tempt you and they're trying to make you confused on your feelings on them. But it's them, they're the ones that's confused on their feelings about you. Which is another, it's like they're trying to tempt you, but you know better than that, right? You're focused on that. So that's a side note. But I feel like this person, they're just not, with the Four of Cups here and the Nine of Cups, it's like nothing is making them happy in life right now. They're just not satisfied. And I really feel like it has to do with like sex. I kid you not. Like, that's all I'm seeing, really. So this person, they're not happy with their intimate life, and they're trying to like bring you in, and you're not even like, God told me to sit and wait. So you're sitting and waiting, right? You're not giving into temptations or any of that. You're just going within yourself, sitting and waiting, and allowing these changes to happen. This is very interesting. This is somebody you can't trust because all they do is lie. Like, I don't care how loyal you are to me. If you're lying to me, I can't trust you, right? Ugh, I gotta eat some breakfast. Alright, let's see. So we had the Ten of Wands reverse, the Nine of Cups reverse. What else can I get from this? And the Four of Cups. Yeah, they're just emotionally unsatisfied, sexually unsatisfied. That's really them. I don't know what else to say. Also, I feel like this person, they're trying to distract themselves. They're trying to distract. So they're spiritually blocked, right? And instead of doing what they have to do to get themselves unblocked, they're just constantly running. And they do that. They could be do that with like, with intimacy or forms of intimacy. But no matter what, it's just leaving them emotionally unsatisfied. Right? So, because what they really want is you. Oh boy. What is that? Ace of Wands, right? In the bottom of the deck. So there's two things going on here. You are just focused on this, right? This person, they want to that passionate spark with you. They want that with you, right? And you know this. But instead of like allowing this temptation to take hold, you're just meditating and just constantly being in this hermit mode. Because you know that it's there's a change happening. You can't let yourself be like sucked in by this. Now, I feel like this person, they're not going to be able to. I mean, if they can't emotionally satisfy themselves, how can you expect them to emotionally satisfy you, right? Because then it's going to be your job to constantly emotionally satisfy them. They won't have the ability to do it themselves. And it's just like, if you can't make yourself happy, this person would put that job on somebody else or put that job on you. Now, if you would walk away, this person's like, well, it's your fault I'm not happy, right? It's like that with this person. So that's that. All right. So let me move on now. What time? I still got time. I mean, this deck. Pull another card from here. Oh, you know what? Hold on. That's not what I'm... So I think this is going to be the last card for this reading. This is really about... This was like all about sex, really. That's really what it was. Someone's just trying to tempt you sexually. Just because you're already doing something. And it's like, they're conflicted about how they feel about you. So they're just trying to like So we have in the second house, you release what you value, your resources. Yeah. So the reason why it's not really working, I mean, humans get tempted all the time, right? There's nothing wrong with being tempted. It's whether or not you act upon that temptation. But in this scenario, in this situation, the reason why it's not working, right? Not saying that it should or it shouldn't. It's just something that's happening. The reason why it's not working is because it's not aligning with your beliefs at the moment. It's not aligning with what you're valuing at the moment. All right. And with resources, right? You know that if you give into this, it's going to take away all the progress that you've been making. It's kind of like God would take away. The way I'm hearing it is like, oh, well, then you really weren't that serious about this change in your life, right? It's like if you're gonna give into this, then you really aren't serious about the progress that you're making in your life. You must not be serious, right? You must not be serious. So then God would stop pouring into that cup, right? So that's pretty much what it is. Your beliefs and what you value. So as long as you make sure to keep going the path that you're on right now, you should be fine. Keep meditating, being in that hermit mode. Whatever this person's going through, that's their situation. That's their business. That's whether or not the feelings, the romantic interests are mutually there. They have to figure things out in their life, right? Because right now your beliefs are not aligning. The values that you hold are not aligning. Like they don't have the same values as you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be attacking you in your dreams, right? Trying to do sex magic and trying to tempt you and trying to persuade you and trying to. Why aren't I spiritually enlightened as well? What's going on with me? Well, first of all, you gotta clear up your energy, my friend, right? So do that. That's the karmics. That's what they gotta do. They gotta clear up their energy. So aside from that, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the reading. So the outcome for you collective, by you continuously being in this hermit meditating energy, continuing on, fuerza, that's strength, right? The outcome for you would be, an abundance of resources from God. That's really it, right? So as long as you I hate to say it like this, but you have to turn your back towards this temptation. Whoever this person is, because right now they are not aligned with you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be attacking you in your freaking dreams. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If anybody needs a personal reading, you're welcome to email me and send me a message and all that good stuff, right? I will be posting something on my community board on the date on when I will have a live. So if anybody's interested in viewing that and commenting and interacting and all that stuff, all right?